I'm ecstatic, man. I really am, man. Like, I need people to know that I really genuinely love this show. I could be doing just about anything, you know what I mean? And it would have something to do with communicating and connecting with those who reciprocate the love that I have, whether it's an audience in Copenhagen, Denmark, where I just left. You know what I mean? Like you just know about. Being all over the world, traveling. Identifying with those affectionate toward me, and then being able to show that love. So like we do that here. I do it everywhere. That's what my life is about. You know what I mean? Like, that's what my life's work will be about, showing love. I miss that incomparable quality, what I mean, of our um, camaraderie, what I'm saying, and closeness. Uh, so that's what I missed about it. Well, I was listening to Christina say the other day of how she got the opportunity to really connect with the audience, in which, in a way of where it's like, oh, she was, you kind of get emotionally involved, because they have the advantage of seeing exactly who's, performing at the time, like for the blind auditions, for example. So it's just like, it's very compelling. Like, you get completely intrigued and enthralled with it. So if anything, I wanted to come in and be as affectionate, with them, to let them know that, the time apart hadn't changed me or the way that I feel about them, or the intangible, thing that kind of connects us all. And so once we realized that, it was kind of like renewed again all of a sudden. So, you know, um, that was my only thought. Other than that, I only come to offer what I have, and who I am to the show. Well, I remember the meeting, and this was pretty much after we had agreed, and so like of course that was the next natural phase to kind of meet and familiarize ourselves with one another in a more up close and personal way. Because I didn't know Blake, I didn't know Blake at all. I knew Adam, and of course we all knew Christina. So um, we went into it genuinely, and I think the end result has been the quality, the quality television show that it's been, for the last now 5 seasons, and so we're just here to continue it, to sustain it and continue it. I mean, of course, he did win, the last time that I was here. So um, Blake is a pretty grounded guy from who I know him to be, and he doesn't seem to have too much of an ego, not too much, but I think he does realize us coming back, with the advantage of, fresh air, what I'm saying, like, and fresh perspective. I think, if he's smart, it'll put him in this place, what I mean, like, because, that advantage makes us very worthy competition. It's kind of hard to strategize, to plot or to plan anything, because you never know exactly who you're going to be drawn to. Um, and people should know that this show is genuine in that way. You just don't know, that we have no prior knowledge of who is going to be auditioning. We don't know the black backstories. We don't know what songs they're going to say. We don't know anything, and so you just never know who's going to affect you in that way. And if that individual is open-minded enough to allow you in, what I mean, to infuse some of yourself and some of your experience into what we're aspiring toward, collectively, then then there at that point you can kind of dream and start to be, wildly imaginative about, the many things that we can do. But prior to, I don't really have a strategy. I can only hope that, people who are fans of the show and, who want to come and be a part of it, and if they seek me out in that way, I can only hope that, that we have that in common, and most likely we probably will. I want to be myself. I guess not even wanting to be myself every day. I am myself every day, and it is is pleasurable to me. You know what I mean? Like to be, um, fashionable to make that statement, to encourage others to be themselves, not necessarily emulate or imitate me or anyone else. You know what I mean? Like, to challenge someone to, to be themselves. I mean, like, like maybe a more bolder, like outspoken version of themselves. So I kind of feel like it's some type of social service, some type of civil service to do something notable and quotable and commendable and honorable, respectable and recognizable. You know what I mean? So that's kind of my thing. It just never stops. You know what I mean? And then also it's to just be obedient to the impulse to be artful. You know what I mean? And taking a poetic approach to your own personal life. You know what I mean? And then I appreciate invention as well. And so there's others who are, very skilled and highly talented, and endowed with talent to design and so like I want to invest in and support the very thing that supports me. So like, I am an appreciator and an advocate of all things art. So whether it's this t-shirt, these glasses, or whatever, like if I like it, you know what I mean? Like I'll get behind it. If I love it, I'll get behind it and stay behind it.